Ciao, everyone. We want to give you a little bit of an update as to the situation here in Sicily. A hurricane, a Mediterranean hurricane, or a cyclone, as they're calling it, passed through Siracusa, mostly hitting places like Augusta and some of the cities around the city of Siracusa. Catania was basically spared. We were, of course, very worried because everyone was warning us that there was going to be massive destruction, just like we had a few days ago, but thankfully, right now it is sunny here in Sicily, so good things are coming around. But in the province of Siracusa, there was massive flooding, bridges destroyed, roads destroyed, people being rescued, and still people without running water and without electricity. So some areas of Sicily were hit hard.
It's not the end of the world, folks. I mean, honestly, considering other places, catastrophes going on all over the world, and considering the resiliency of the Sicilian folks who kind of shrugged it off. I mean, basically, I didn't see one person gnashing their teeth. Zero, okay? What I did see was Sicilian Americans leaping to their aid. Okay, our Sicilian project got a whole bunch of donations, which we promptly sent out, needy churches and homeless people that need money. But the Sicilian people, they're tough. They're tough nuts.
One of the newspapers, the headline was Sicily trembling as the storm comes, and people were writing, us Sicilians, we don't tremble. What are you talking about?
I think the writer was a Neapolitan, that's why.
One of the priests called me this morning, and he really got choked up when he was thanking me for the donation because he just couldn't believe of our generosity. And it's thanks to people like you that the Sicilian Project can donate to some of these charities and churches around Sicily that are in major need even before this catastrophe hit. Of course, we had COVID, but poverty is a real thing here in Sicily. So that was nice of him to call, and he said he's going to be inviting me to see how some of this money is being used, helping 100 Sicilian children. Every Saturday they have a program, so I'm looking forward to seeing
Esther,
that.
I hope this is a wake-up call for the political class here. The political class all the way down at the local level, okay? Because guess what? Ash from Etna still hasn't been picked up. So when we had this deluge over here, it goes into the drains get stomped up, backed up, and then what happens? You have a flood, or you have a bunch of floods, like we did in Catania. You folks, Esther put the video up of the Catania catastrophe. Now what happened in Siracusa? Now what happened in Lentini? Now what's happening in the plains of Catania? Canicati. The political class is very slow to respond. They're almost non-existent sometimes, except when, the milk is out of the bottle. The people are the ones that get up, dust themselves on, and kind of do the fixing.
Yeah,
I'm very, very proud of the Sicilian population, the way they've responded, including, God rest their soul, volunteers. I believe there were 2 of them who gave their life rescuing people. Yeah. Out of the 3 fatalities, 2 of them were volunteers.
And not only that, but you also have the Civil Protection Agency, the Vigili del Fuoco, and tons of volunteers working endlessly. People were stranded in their homes. People are without running water. People still don't have electricity. And these men and women are out working tirelessly overnight to help the Sicilian people. But you're right, Alfred. There's a lot of money that's been allocated to Sicily to help with the state of emergency that happened with Etna. Now we've had this state of emergency, and still a lot of places have not seen a penny of the millions of dollars that came from Rome.
Well, this is the weekend starting, I believe, on Monday is the national holiday. It's the Day of the Dead. Okay?
All Souls and All Saints
All
Day.
Souls and All Saints Day.
And, or All Saints and All Souls there, November 1 and 2.
Okay, November 1 and November 2. And people, I think, are much more focused on those 2 days than they are today on cleaning up, actually. When I went out this morning and when Esther went out this morning, we had run some errands. The roads were good. Yeah, they were a little bit, muddy or a little bit stones on them or whatever, but, people were shopping, doing about their business. We went out to buy our cookies for the holiday. My Totos, I love my Totos. They're great.
Those are traditional, so only the November 1 and 2 and the week before you'll see these types of cookies.
Yeah.
And here's a video I did at the Panificio.
Great cookies.
Nunzia, ciao.
Ciao, come stai?
Tutto a posto per giorno 1 e 2?
Sì, allora questi sono i nostri biscotti tradizionali per il periodo dei morti e siamo con le inzulle, un biscotto con zucchero farina semplicissimo con la mandorla al centro. Poi abbiamo i famosissimi Totos, sempre un biscotto molto croccante, però morbido all'interno, ricoperto di cioccolato. E poi come tradizione continuiamo con i biscotti Regina che hanno questa glassa bianca al limone e quella al cioccolato, al cacao. E poi ci sono tutte le varietà delle rame, che è il nostro proprio il clou. Quindi abbiamo le rame semplici con la Nutella, con la marmellata, con Nutella al pistacchio e con cioccolato bianco.
Okay, so this is the one with the marmelato e cioccolato. This is the Toto. Over here is the Regina.
E i salieri.
And then we have the almond one.
Queste sono le zulle.
The zulle.
Zulle, che in catanese sono zurdi.
Zulle.
Zulle in italiano, zurdi nel catanese.
E come catanese?
Zurdi.
Zudi.
Brava.
Which one is your favorite, Toto or Regina?
No, they're all my favorite. You can't. I'm not going to pick.
One of them
between
is
my
lemon, one of them
I'm
is
not going to
chocolate.
pick between my children. There, I'm going to eat them all. Every single one of those little guys are going to die from me. They're going to go in my throat, right in my throat, and I'm going to eat them. And I'm going to wait till next year very patiently. And then the next day we're going to have sausage.
But in all seriousness, All Souls Day is a very big holiday here. People, it's a national holiday. People do go to the cemeteries, visit the loved ones, and it's really time to remember those who left the earth but are still around, All Souls.
My grandfather told me something when I was a kid. I'll never forget it, and I'm going to tell you the story right now. Alfio Zappolo. I was in mourning over the death of a relative, and a very close relative. And my grandfather said to me, what's the matter with you? Why are you like that? I said, well, because Uncle blah, blah, blah died. He said, he was part of your family, wasn't he? I said, yeah, no, he was very close to me. He was like my father. This particular guy was like my father. He says, well, listen, if he died and he was good, he's in heaven. And part of you's in heaven. Since he's in heaven, a part of you's in heaven. So you should rejoice. You should be happy. It's like crossing over into, from this room to the other room. But they're with you. And Sicilian people believe, they really believe, and I believe, that the spirit of the faithful departed are with us. And that's why when you go to any cemetery here, they make a whole day out of it. They bring their lawn chairs and they sit down and they
Buy
flowers.
flowers.
They buy flowers. They bring picnic things. They talk to they bring these cookies that we're talking about. They talk and they kind of do that. Now, when I go home, which I'm going to be going home very soon to the States, the first thing I do and the last thing I do when I leave is I go by the cemetery and I give my respects to my mom and my dad and my grandparents, and I spend 15 minutes telling them what I've been up to. Okay, with COVID and all this stuff, I have a lot to tell them, but that's the Sicilian way. Your loved ones may die, but they never die in the sense that they're always with you, and that's
I
pretty
talk
much
to my
that
dad.
empowers the
But
Sicilian
you talk
people.
to your dad. I
All
talk
the
to my
time.
talk to my dad all the time.
Yeah.
I believe that his soul is around me at all times. Also, my aunt. She came over here. Her anniversary was the other day,
No
and I
question.
felt her presence for sure. And the same thing here in Sicily. It's a very big holiday.
The last thing I want to say is, I kind of mention what the Muslims say all the time, but the Muslims say when it's your time, it's God wills it, and really God has a plan for us, and God has a plan for the departed. Okay, so God really wills it, and it kind of comforts my soul to know that. What else is happening besides the cookies?
And some of the Christmas panettones are coming out. I was very surprised to see that. Although it's about time that some of those things come out. So
These things are indestructible, these panettones. All right, these things can last. Here's the thing: you could put them in one of those time warps, and like you bury them for 14 years, and then you dig it up, and you see the note. You see the note from the the newspaper that was buried,
last
and then
for
you find a
months.
panettone. The damn thing, you could still eat it.
Well,
I don't know what the hell
in
they put
January,
in there.
they're still in sale on January. So they last. They start from November and they're still out until January.
Let me
so
just say-
what I wonder what they put in it.
Holy good God! I mean, some stuff is really good, but these cheap ones that cost $2.99, don't buy them. Okay, Alfred? What brand do you like? Tre Maria. Tre
Tre
Maria
Maria.
is the best. And we
Next
talk about
month.
Thanksgiving. People ask me about Thanksgiving. They say, Alfred, is there a Thanksgiving Day? And the answer in here in Sicily, the answer is no. We go
All
from
right.
Wednesday right to Friday. There's no third. Of course, there's a Thursday, but we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here. Although we are going to celebrate Thanksgiving like we normally do here, right?
Yes. On that note, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying this. Share it with a friend, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.
If you have a chance, www.thesicilianproject.com. Please go to the website, make a donation. Whatever money we get, we pass it right out, and we send it to people who need it. Ciao, Sa Benedico.
Ciao.